I am best known as a voice on IVR or interactive voice response systems. So I was hired by our local telephone company here in Alberta, Canada, called TELUS, to do their basic location IVR and sort of the core prompts for them. And that was a really nice contract to have. And then I was approached by Digium in Huntsville, Alabama, to voice the core prompts for the Asterisk system, which of course I'd never heard of, and as everyone knows, turned out to be at one time the fastest growing telephony platform in the world. So that was a really lucky thing to fall into because it led to a lot of international clients and really put me on the map with telephone system voicing. And since then, the whole IVR voicing thing has been my niche, and it's been an incredible area to work in. It's a lot of good recurring work, and it's just a discipline that I really enjoy doing. Any kind of automation voicing is fascinating to me. I really love it. So the idea of the IVR setting the stage for the call center experience is a really important thing. So there will always be prompts that will lead up into a live agent interaction. And if there's anything off about those prompts, for example, if the IVR is hard to get through, if it's confusing, if there's prompts that are too similar to each other and therefore creates a little bit of doubt in the caller's mind, and if the IVR is frustrating to use or takes up too much time, then of course by the time they get to a live agent, they're going to be already in a mindset that is not desirable. So it's really important for those who manage call center structures to consider the idea that the IVR prompts that lead into the live interaction need to be focused, they need to be very fast, they need to be respectful of the caller's time and patience, because those are two things that everybody's really short of. And to never forget that the prompts that lead into the call center experience are extremely important for setting the tone for how the interaction is going to go. So QueueMetrics, as I understand it, has a lot of really, really strong functions. And many of them deal with the idea of being able to track the performance of how the call center interaction is going, and the call drop-off rate, the customer retention. Any of these things are really, really important to track, especially if the idea that the caller has spent more time with the call center agent. It's probably a good thing. There's more relationship building that can go on. So QueueMetrics can keep track of many, many different aspects of the interaction, and it's important and crucial that your clients be able to track and to be able to monitor exactly how that interaction is going and to identify any problem areas or bottlenecks. AI is a little bit of a tricky topic with those of us in the voiceover industry, because AI has gotten really, really good and has in many ways eliminated the work from humans. So I myself have found that IVR, any kind of automation voicing, is particularly vulnerable to being replaced by AI bots. I have other colleagues that do things like e-learning modules, which are very factual and not necessarily emotional. And so they too are very prone to being replaced by AI. It's just sort of the way that the industry is going, and things have looked as though it was going to go that way, and it's progressed very, very quickly. I myself am in semi-retirement, I'm happy to say, so I'm still working, but looking to amp things down. So it's actually been pretty good timing for me, but it's created a little bit of an interesting paradigm for newer voice talents who approach me for advice about how to get into the industry. And it's unfortunately not a very encouraging picture. It used to be, I used to just recommend pick a niche and get some good demos and just work really hard and you'll progress in your industry. Now, we are actually witnessing AI being a competition for people in the voiceover industry. So we'll have to see how it goes. It's just sort of one of those things. It's a sign of the times. Yeah, it's interesting. Many people ask me about how companies embrace voice technology and how many have been resistant to it. A lot of people will have, either a live answer, which has gone away by the wayside, but also if they have an IVR, they think that it's sufficient to just get prompts and not have to change them and not to be up to date. So my advice to companies who are using voice prompts recorded by a human is to really make sure that the voice prompts reflect the personality of your company. It can be a very strange thing if somebody goes to your website and they encounter a very modern, very progressive company and they decide to call in and they get an IVR that seems a little outdated. Maybe it's voiced by a staff member, or the choice of the voice talent or the style of the talent does not correspond with how the company is projecting themselves. So make sure that the IVR reflects your brand and your company's personality. As for funny stories, many people ask me if there's weird stories about me running into my own voice. It's kind of funny. Yes, so I was staying at a hotel in Dallas and I ordered an automated wake-up call and it was me waking me up, which was extremely strange. There's the story that I've told at other conferences about my husband downloading a workout coach on his cell phone to keep him motivated at the gym. And yes, it was my voice. Encouraging him to do 5 more sit-ups and stuff like that. So I think he changed it to the Australian male. I've also run into situations where I've had myself on a voice recognition system asking, for example, what sort of flowers I would like to order, and very clearly I will say the name of the flower and it will be a complete misread of my own voice. So this would be an example of me misunderstanding me. Very, very strange. Yeah, so I've gotten used to the idea of calling a company and encountering my own voice. That happens pretty regularly, or getting auto dials from myself. So yeah, it's an interesting and weird way to make a living, but it's been incredibly rewarding and continues to be. And my mission has always been just to improve the caller experience by making sure that IVR is well written, well executed, updated regularly, and maybe ask people to consider the idea that AI may not always be the best alternative. I don't think there's anything that beats the emotion and the gravitas that a real human can bring into voice prompts.
Goodbye.